Hey everyone, Roland this side. I hope you all are doing well. So let's say the problem of the day.
Okay, so the problem is 3737. We have to count the number of subarray where majority element is the given target. Okay, so what is the majority element here? So basically we are given a target. For example, here in nums array we are given a target 2. So if we consider a subarray, where we have to consider a subarray where majority element is 2, okay, equal to target. And what is majority element? The majority element of a subarray is the element that appears strictly more than half of the times in that array. Okay? So basically we are given, if we have subarray like something like 1 2 2 2 3, and what's the target? Target is 3, so that is more than half. So what's the total number of that is 5? Okay, so it's more than half. So half of 5 is 2.2. So it's more than 2.5. Okay, so it's here 2 is here. It's a majority subarray. Okay, that is a majority subarray. If we have something even like 1 2 2 and 3 here, I mean number of targets equal to 2, that is not greater than total number of divided by 2. Okay, that's equal to 2, that is not greater than 2. So okay, so to be the subarray, to be the majority, what we are going to have, so we are going to have the target more than half on that array. Okay, so how we are going to solve this? I mean, if we see here the example we are given with that, so how many subarrays it can be? It can be subarrays like, I mean, let's consider the indices first. So indices are like 0 1 2 3 4 5. So I mean we can have one subarray from 1 to 1. Okay, I mean 1 to 1 has 2. Okay, so the number of targets equal to 2 and the total number of element is 1. Okay, and the number of targets in that subarray is also 1. So 1 is greater than 1 by 2. So half, more than half is 2 for and 1 to 2. So this subarray is a majority subarray. 1 to 3. This subarray is a majority subarray. 1 to 4. I mean, this one is a majority subarray. 1 to 5. This one is a majority subarray because here 4 elements were the, I mean, the number of target is 4 and total number of elements is 5, and 4 is, I mean, 4 is what? 4 is, I mean, more than half of 5. Okay. So half of 5 is 2.5 and 4 is more than 2.5. Okay. So 1 to 5. Similarly, we can have, I mean, if we see 0 to 1 can't be the, because it's only half, not more than half. We got 1, 2 and 1, 1. So we got from 0 to 2. We can have 0 to 3. We can have 0 to 4. We can have 0 to 5 also, because in 0 to 5 we got 4 2 and total number of element is 6, and 4 is greater than 6 by 2. Okay, so like that. And from 2, if we see, 2 is a majority subarray. 2 comma 3 is also a 2 comma 4 and 2 comma 5, because 2 comma 5 contains 3, I mean number of target, and total number is 4, so 4 by 2 is greater less than 3. And for 3 3 and 4 and 5, for 4 it's 4, but 4 and 5, but 4 and 5 can't be the majority because the total number of targets here is 1 and the length is 2. Okay, so 2 by 2, that is 1, and 1 is not greater than 1. Okay, so 4 and 5 cannot be the subarray, majority subarray. Okay, so these are the subarray. So how we are going to calculate is simply we have to create all subarray and calculate over that. Okay, so if we see, we can consider this all as, if we got any element we can consider that as +1, and if we got any element that is not the target we can consider that as -1. Okay, so for example, is 1 equal to target? No, so we can replace 1 by -1. is 2 equal to target, so replace 2 by 1. Is 2 equal to target, is 2 equal to target, is 2 equal to target, is 7 equal to target, no, so replace it by minus 1. Okay, so it's the total amount of n. And how we are going to calculate this is, if simply we can do the, we can have something like this. If I mean sum of subarray is greater than 0, so basically if sum of a subarray should be greater than 0 to become that subarray a majority subarray, becomes a subarray of majority element. So why I'm saying this is because if we consider this subarray where sum is equal to 1, I mean 1 cancel out, 1 and minus 1 and remains with 1. So here I mean target and non-target got cancel out and remains with 1. Okay, remains with a target. Okay, so here it's the majority, I mean subarray with majority elements. So I mean, how we are going to calculate this? Simply just iterate, I mean, double iterate over the loop and considering from for and I equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. I mean, let's consider sum equal to 0 for every j, starting from I till less than n and j plus plus. What we are going to do is sum plus equal to, we have to add the, I mean, what we are going to, we have to add it. Okay, so nums, we have to do sum plus plus, sum plus plus, we have to increase sum by 1 if nums of j equal to, I mean nums of j equal to target, we are going to do sum plus plus, else sum minus minus. Okay, and at any point if sum is greater than 0, we are simply going to count that subarray and store it in answer. Okay, and at last return our answer. Okay, so if we see a dry run, I mean, let's consider another example, something like 1, let's take something like 1, 2, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's consider I is here and J is some around here. Okay, so and majority target is 2. Okay, so is, so what's sum? Use sum equal to 0 here. So is it equal to target? No. So what we are going to do is sum minus minus, so sum gonna become minus 1. And now move it to here, j, move j to next. And what is sum equal to, is element equal to target? Yes, so we are going to increase it by 1, so that's gonna make it 0. So it's 0 greater than 0, no. So now move it to here. Now it's equal to target, so again increase it by 1. So is it equal to 0? I mean, is it equal to what? Is it greater than 0? Yes, so do answer equal to 1. Again move it. So it's I mean non-target element, so decrease it by 1. So that's 0, is 0 not greater than 0. So we are simply going to, I mean, do the, and after let's move the I now. And now I move I to here and now j. So again sum gonna become 0. And is this equal to target? Yes, so sum gonna become 1. Sum gonna become 1. And is sum greater than 0? Yes, so add 1. Now move it here. Now sum gonna become 2 and it's greater than 0, so add 1. Now it's gonna move here. It's non-target element, so sum gonna decrease by 1. That's 1. So now is it 1 greater than 0? Yes, so again add 1. Okay, and now let's move it. Hold on, we got these three. We got these three. we go to these 3 from second, and now do I equal to move I equal to here and j equal to here. So is it equal to target? Yes. So sum gonna become 1 and 1 is greater than 0. So do a plus 1 again, move it to here, and it's non-target, so it's gonna become 0 and 0 is not greater than 0. So it's we are not going to, but it's okay. And now move I to here. So that is, I mean, we are not nj it here, so that gonna mix at -1 and sum is not -1 and -1 is not greater than 0, so we are not going to do anything. Okay, so it basically shows if I is here, we are going to, I mean, including 1, we are going to get only one subarray. That is, I mean, we are going to get only one subarray that is that contains majority element, majority target element. That is this. Okay. Only this subarray contains one and also has majority target. Okay. And if we stand I at here, so containing this, we got 3. Okay. First one is, I mean, first one is this. First one is this. Second one is this, and third one is this. Okay. So first, second, and third, we got 3 starting. Taking 2 as start, okay. Taking first index as start, we got 3 subarray having majority elements, and taking this as start, we got only this subarray as a majority, and this can't measure. And taking this as start, we get none of subarrays, so that's become 0. Okay, so total number of answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's gonna return 5. Okay, so and if you see the time complexity here, so time complexity gonna become big of n square. We are iterating twice, and space complexity, we are not using any extra space. Okay, we are not using an extra space, so that's gonna become constant, that is big of 1. So let's code it and see if it's working or not. So what we have to do is, first we have to take care of answer, and answer equal to 0, and let's take and int n equal to num size for int I equal to 0, I less than and I plus plus, and let's initialize sum equal to 0, and now again do nested loop for int j starting from I, j less than n, and increase j. Now let's, if nums of I equal to target, we are going to increase sum by 1, else decrease sum by 1, and at any moment if sum is greater than 0, we are going to do answer plus plus. Okay, and last simply we have to return the answer. And if we run the code and see, okay, we did something wrong here, we wrote I here, it should be j. And now let's submit the code and it should work. Okay, it is working. So we discussed the space complexity and time complexity. That is, space complexity is constant, we are not using any extra space, and time complexity is big of n square. We are using, I mean, n square, and you are using 2 loops to make, to create all subarrays and count the, keep tracking the sum. Okay, so return that if it's majority or not. So that's the one of the brute force approach, and tomorrow we are going to solve it in a linear time complexity, that is big of 1, in tomorrow's challenge. Okay, till then that's it for today. I hope you like this video, so please make sure to subscribe to TENZOR and feel free to ask any doubts if you have in comments. And till then, keep smiling and keep holding.